Mic test, mic test. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Magic Arena Run. Today it's midweek Magic, and well, this time they're playing it light. They're giving us a Brawl Showcase. Usually, Brawl is one of the few events you'd like to do before a new set comes out because it's kind of chill. And we actually have quite a few different ones. This one is let's see. Okay, Gisa and Geralf. I think this one comes from. This one's from Shadows of. This is from Shadows over Innistrad. Yeah, this is from the remastered set. So we're definitely getting Historic Brawl here. So Gisa and Geralf, when it enters the battlefield, mill 4 cards, and once during each of your turns, you may cast a zombie creature spell from your graveyard. So this one you actually want to cast a bit later. Ideally, what you do is you cast Gisa and you have some mana left over to, you could say, cast one of your cheaper zombies. That said, the concept of this deck is it's looking like a lot of zombies coming in and out of the battlefield. A lot of them landing in the graveyard, getting lots of incidental advantage over time. Keynotes are. Keynotes is that I don't see any. Okay, the only removal I've seen is some Callous Dismissal at 2. Okay, I guess you can count Mire Triton as removal. It's a bit awkward. Let's see. Probably some more Treat. There's a Fell Stinger, Death Touch. Okay, Fleshbag Marauder is removal. Bleeding Edge. Okay, that one's removal. Death Baron turns all your zombies into kind of removal. Okay, not Diagraph. Yeah, this is mostly just Zombie Tribal. Not much in the way of removal, though. There is a lot of incidental amass. The real removals in the board wipes, like we got the Crippling Fear, there's a Blood in the Snow, there's a Rot-Tide Gargantua, so each opponent sacrifices a creature, not very. So this one you're kind of going ham and heavy. So we'll see if we can make that happen. Yeah, we'll start with this one. Then we'll test out the other decks as we go along. Let's definitely start the event. Let's just keep it simple today. I'm gonna be curious what the other teams are. As far as I probably would have added more removal, so that would have been my difference here. Okay, this one awfully slow. I'm definitely taking the free mulligan. One is rocking Errant and Giada. Okay, this one is better. We can turn to undead, but we can turn to Mind Stone. Though it doesn't get us to Bleeding Edge, it can help us a bit. Also, once you have a mana rock, you kind of don't want to. Okay, we hit the Port of Carfel, so we're definitely going to be missing on the double black. So we'll rock the Mind Stone first. Yeah, Undead Butler will help here. Opponent rocks the Ornithopter Paradise. Okay, we got a Bajuka Bog. We definitely want to run this. Well, Undead Butler first. Ornithopter. We did hit one zombie, so that is kind of relevant. Yeah, there are. So Port of Carfel, mill 4 cards. One is rocking the Warden. We can just Bleeding Edge that one, so. Yeah, because this also gives a big discount. Let's try to deny that if possible. And now we have 5 mana for Riding Necromask, 5 mana for Ghoul Caller Gisa. We can do Gisa and Geralf into ideally Undead Augur, but we might have a mana issue here. We need another black mana source to make this work. Here's. Yeah, you have to manually tap in this case. Does our opponent have a wash away? That would be so annoying. Okay, yeah. We also did hit Lazotep Reaver as another choice, but we will just go Undead Augur first. Now, I could swing, but it makes no sense. We're gonna wait. Also, remember that, well, opponent does have quite, we have to remember that the Errant and Giada deck, there's gonna be a lot of flash and a lot of flying. Opponent is kind of incentivized to cast this ASAP, but they might not do so right away. Shame we did not hit that critical mass of zombies yet. I might just cast the writing. Curious Obsession, sure. Opponent's now gonna swing at us. Technically, they could swing with the Spectral Sailor, but yeah, it makes. Yeah, they're gonna swing the. Yeah, they're gonna swing up top. They might end up just. They could flash this in, so. We'll see. Nope, they're going for Giada Font of Hope. They still have the mana to flash this, so. If I swing with these, it does net me a card. I'm fine with that. I might not swing with Gisa and Geralf as a result. So let's see, what's our mat? Mat is to just swing with these two first. I could also swing with this one, return target creature card, but it's only getting the Lazotep Reaver, so I might pass on that. Yeah, opponent's gonna do that. The +1/+1 counter is a bit annoying. So they're just gonna let the token die. So that still nets me a card, which is fine. So I can actually go Mar Triton first. See if I hit anything interesting. Death Baron is quite interesting. Unfortunately, yeah, this ETB's tapped. So if I want to have... I think this is safer in the yard. And I can also just cast the Writing Necromancer. Yeah, let's do that. This is me hoping that this deck... Okay. Discount on flying creatures. Yeah, so it's mostly So this one also kind of tribal. So what do they excel? They excel the Necromancer. Okay, that was kind of expected. Into an Opt. Sure. So we are taking 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ugh. Yeah, this might be kind of slow. So there's also King Narfi. Ooh, this boosts a lot. So with this, I can now swing with the entire board. But let's see, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This does get pumped whenever another creature with flying enters the battlefield, so we could still be dead. It really depends. Yeah, we had a much lower start. That was a problem. Yeah, we had to land the 2 lords, and even then, I'm not sure that's enough. Yeah, Ghoul Color is not quite... Wisp-Weaver Angel. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's tricky. Let's see how our opponent does it. Oh, then it returns it right away. Oh wait, they did not exile it. Oh, they should have. Do they have a 1-mana flyer? Okay, the thing is that 3, 6, they did have another flyer. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, that's game. They had the other flyer. They could, if they did not have the other flyer, they would have blinked they blinked the Ornithopter anyway. But yeah, that was a bit. Probably yeah, that's my gripe with this one. So little removal. Like literally, 4 cards out of 100. Not looking great. Let's take a look at the flashy flyers next. See if they have a better shot at removal. Turn to removal, seal away. So this deck already has much better removal in the early game. We saw a Topter Arrest a while ago. That one's also a third piece of removal. No board wipes this time. So yeah, missing the board wipe is. But there's an Angelic Edict, Prayer of Binding. There is a board wipe, Fumigate. Mist Raven's kind of a bounce effect. Muldrifter draws us cards. And also the incidental discounts. And oh yeah, Air Cult Elemental also bounces too. Yeah, the Flashy Flyers deck is better. In terms of it has more spot removal, which tends to be more important than the board wipe. Okay, the Crippling Fear is good in the blue-black one because that would have wiped their board and not ours. Well, for the most part. But not having that much spot removal is kind of horrid. It's actually it's actually very disappointing. I will trade the blue-black deck again though. So yeah, I guess turn 1 Command Tower into Storm Tamer. Turn 2 Bauble because we got nothing better. Or no, turn 2 Tribing Isle because then we can cast the Bauble anyway. Opponent is rocking the Judith deck, so that might be we might be in a bit of a mismatch here because, well, our creatures so far like X equals 1. Oh yeah, the Giada also kind of wrecked us over there too. Yeah, we name white. So turn 3, we can go either Inspiring Overseer or Cloudkin Seer. They'll just net us a card either way. I could also just hold up Errant and Giada, or I can sacrifice to play a land and hold up something instead. We have multiple options in that regard. Now this only gives us the top of the library. Yeah, having flying is actually quite a big deal here. It means that our opponent is gonna have to hold their turn to cast a removal spell. This is probably a sacrifice style deck. Let's see, our opponent could just cast Judith right then and there. That will make this a 2-1 that can ping, so we'll probably still take anyway. Nightclubber. Yeah, that's fine. Our opponent blitzed it. Let's see. We're gonna block this anyway because this is gonna die. This is gonna go by itself anyway. So we can't cast this off the top. I guess I can search for a lance. Yeah, okay, there's our land for next turn. That might not have been a great use for the Nightclub, or not necessarily. Opponent is missing a second black mana, so that might be an issue for them. So technically, we could just cast. We could cast OG. I would ideally want to search for another land, though. The opponent's just going Judith. So So yeah, so we're shuffling that. Let's get ourselves an extra source. We get ourselves another land for next turn. I could put it on here. Yeah, because that's a lifelink. Okay, Skybridge Towers and an island. So probably just casting Angelic Edict next turn. We kind of want to do the two the 3 into the 4, though. Actually, no, this has to be the first one, then this is a cast, then we get to exile something. Okay, it's not a great sequence. You might have to cast this first. We don't exactly. On the flip side, it also means that we probably wanted to put this here. Mortar Pod. Okay, so our opponent can sack to ping this, then the extra damage takes this out. Okay. Let's see if they go for it right away. This is a sorcery speed, so let's see. Sacrifice this creature. This creature deals 1 damage to any target. Yeah, so our opponent can go for it. I don't see a reason why they're choosing not to. So I'm going to swing first. I'm going to see what our opponent does. Our opponent might just snipe this right away. So I'm fine with that. Oh, opponent actually lets it go. Okay. Interesting, interesting. So I might actually just cast OG instead if our... Yeah, probably gonna cast OG instead. Let's see if we can hit the 1 drop. Oh no, we're not hitting a 1 drop. Favorable wins is a good way to finish it off, though. Yeah, I'm surprised our opponent didn't go for the Mortar Pod and ping. They could have taken out Inspiring Overseer, then moved the Mortar Pod to the Shambling Gaps. In fact, a good strat might actually be to exile the Mortar Pod. Called Conscript. In fact, our opponent can take out 2 of our creatures right now, so that favorable wins is not so favorable this time. Also, opponent not realizing that I have no intention of blocking at all. As long as I'm gaining life, there's no reason. Okay, we'll cast this one first. See if our opponent is incentivized to snipe something again. Okay, so now this is out of range. There's also a Fumigate up top. We can probably draw into it, so... Or not. I'm okay either way. We're going to top... We're going to top the Arrest Judith. I could blink this, but that's a waste. I might as well just blink this since I don't need to attack with it. It might also convince our opponent to point any removal onto OG instead. Yeah, we can probably bottom Fumigate at this point. We did not exactly get to benefit off this, but we didn't have to. Chart the course. Chart the course is fine. Opponent has to respond sometime soon. I have no idea what's going on. Yeah, we're definitely incentivized to cast Chart the Course now. Oh, the opponent does have something. Now, Fumigate just nets a Slife. We don't need it quite yet. Oh, there's Wrath. That's Flash and Flying. Also a Fairy Vandal, though we're probably going to end up drawing that. So what I can do is Vandal into Cloudkin Seer. No, Cloudkin Seer first. Fairy Vandal. No, I would have drawn the card already by then. Okay. Yeah, now with our opponent not casting this, yeah, opponent's missing. Our opponent can actually just keep moving this around. It's only 2 mana to re-equip. They could definitely snipe our minuscule engine here. Okay, they're actually going for it now. Though, yeah, they are admittedly missing a lot of black mana, so that is an issue. Oh, I would have. Okay, we have to acknowledge that that our opponent is not exactly doing optimal plays. They missed the mortar. They missed the sac. If they were going to, they would have sacrificed first. And this creature deals 1 damage to any target, so it does have Death Touch. That said, I am going to just, yeah, I'm just gonna take the initial hits. Yeah, opponent concedes there. That was not the best game from our opponent. That was not the best game. We have to acknowledge that. But then again, that is the nature of Magic. Not everyone is going to be a knowledgeable player. That's just how it is. Especially when you're dealing with especially when you are in a free to play ranked free to play game system that incentivizes rank play quite a lot. So I hope it does not discourage our opponent. There are a lot of nuances that can easily be missed. But I still wish you the best of luck. That said, let's try out the deck our opponent was playing. So this is the Judith deck. So Judith's shtick is that she gives everyone a 1 power buff, and whenever a non-token creature you control dies, Judith, the Scourge Diva, deals 1 damage to any target. So sacrificing the germ would not have given an extra ping, but sacrificing the germ, moving it to the Shambling Gas, then sacrificing the Shambling Gas, that would have been 3 damage. That would have been good enough. That said, this is going to be a heavy sacrifice deck, so we're seeing cards like Blood Artist. I don't see the Alchemy card that creates a token though. Actually, that's a good question. I have not seen a single Alchemy card yet. There might have. I'm gonna take a look quickly. I might be wrong, but yeah, this is pretty much a creatures dying setup. So, and again, removal is much better here. We've got annihilating glare, tragic slip, Black Sun's Twilight, a few Death Touch creatures, Feed the Swarm, Infernal Grasp. This is Zulaport Control to go combo with as well. Lightning Strike, So definitely, if you're looking for interaction, this is the deck. Admit we only get one board wipe in Languish, but that's fine, I believe. No, we don't have the other guy. No, we do have Burn Down the House too. So we actually have quite a bit of. This is the most removal heavy I've seen the decks go. And yeah, we'll check out the collateral damage deck. Let's see if we can. Let's see how much collateral damage we can get. Already the zombies deck looks like it is way too. It's way too zombie heavy. It needs a few more non-zombie cards. Just having the extra removal helps. I guess the fact that we milled quite a bit of our interaction also is something to. But even then, our interaction was very minuscule. This one, okay, tap lands. Okay, so we won't even get into a Signet on turn 3 plus. Opponent's playing Errant and Giada, and we know that does have. We're gonna mulligan this knowing that we do have early interaction. Okay, we can keep this one. So we'll go Guardian Idol turn 2. See if we can Black Sun's Twilight right away. There's also the argument for casting Guildsworn Prowler, but yeah, let's set up our mana ASAP. I'm not necessarily sure this is correct play. We'll see if our opponent gets to draw extra cards. We did see a few of the cards that kind of do that, so this would easily be a 2-3. We will not be able to snipe with Black Sun's Twilight quite if that happens unless we hit a land. Yep, they hit that. So this grows, we might as well snipe the Inspiring Overseer instead. Or start presenting threats on the ground. Yeah, we are missing a lot of mana though. That said, our opponent dropping this first is actually not too bad. So we can. Okay, there's a Cold Steel Heart as well. We'll lead off on Zulaport Cutthroat. Opponent most likely just takes this. There's no reason for them to block. So we'll Spectacle next turn. Next turn we can go Judith into something else. That would be okay. We can also just Black Suns for 4, which we might have to do because of Errant and Giada. Top their Arrest. We lose Zulaport. No, we lose the Requisitioner's Spine. We are taking a beating here. The Errant Giada deck's quite nuts. So this one is if a creature died this turn. That buys us a little bit of time. Also, it's Judith that's dealing the damage, so unless we can give her Death Touch, that doesn't mean much. Ossification, yeah. See, the incidental removal that they get is so much better than what we have. I'm not surprised that these decks are not doing quite well here. Oh, this is a jumpstart card. Yeah. So there are some jumpstart cards, but yeah, this is way over for us. We have no way of blocking the flyers. We did not hit. I think you would probably want to play the Errant and Giada deck because having so many flyers is going to be a very big deal. Now, the fact that there is no deck that has a decent amount of board wipes makes it kind of makes it all the more unattractive to play a deck that doesn't have flying. That said, we will check out some because this is the other way we can go around this. Basically, go big, lots of haste, So first strike vigilance haste. We will draw a card if we can connect with Samut, but if we can connect with Samut with any of our other creatures that enter the battlefield with haste, that's also a very good way. This one does have the alchemy cards. For Forest's intervention, so that there's some removal, prize fight, epic confrontation, Domri's ambush. There's a flame sweep, so we do have some early board wipes. Okay, we'll give this one a go. We also have to consider that we did have issues. We were within that last game. I think we only drew like 3 lands altogether. Maybe only just 2, and and we were spending our time playing mana rocks. Now mana rocks in a format where mana rocks are good in casual commander where it's you and 3 other players but if it's just you against one other person, the tempo loss is quite significant. Opponent is rocking the Danita deck, so this one is an aura equipment deck. We will need to rely on our Domri's ambush, etc. We will probably land Llanowar Elves first because that one nets us mana right away. I'm considering what our turn 2 play is. Also, Domri's ambush is not exactly a fight, so we can safely. So if our opponent does play this one and we just have Llanowar Elves, we can safely ping with that. I think we are more likely to just Wayfarer's Bauble, sack, grab a land. We can also just cast Samut right away if our opponent doesn't have anything on the ground. I guess we do that. It nets us a card. So next turn we will have multiple options like Wayfarer, even Devastator for 2. Okay, maybe that's not exciting, but it's doable. I am actually already starting to get concerned with this one. Batter Bone. Okay, it's 1/1 lifelink. We did hit a land. This is a sorcery, but I think I still want to play the bauble. Play Ornithopter. We don't need to draw every turn. Yeah, we're not going to draw a card off this one. There's no reason for our opponent to block. Our opponent might have a pump spell that will inform us about that should inform us about this deck. Okay, no pump spell. There is also an argument for not playing Ornithopter and just sacking the Wayfarer's Bauble for the land. Next turn, we do have the mana for Barging Sergeant, so that gives us haste and mentor. Pretty decent. Solemn Simulacrum. Yeah, we definitely. If we can hit one more land, not so sure. Sure. So we can play Garrick's Uprising. I think I want to set up the Volcanic Dragon next turn. So we'll cast Garrick's Uprising. Swing again. Let's see if our opponent tries to draw a card. Then we can just sack this end of turn. Danitha Benalia's Hope. You may put it from your hand. Okay, so put from hand. That's going to be interesting. Let's see what our opponent gets off this. It also means that Domri's Ambush might have to wait a while. Let's see what big thing our opponent hits here. For example, I can cast Barging Sergeant, but I won't be able to Domri's Ambush. I won't be able to swing either. The first strike is a big hit. Danita is well known mostly for the... Okay, this one has first strike. This one does not have first strike. It swaps it for trample instead. Vigilance, Lifelink still consistent. Bonds of Fate, so it's a 6/6. So we probably go Volcanic Dragon just so that we can get the hit and draw the card. Hit another mana as well. Yeah, the problem with this is that it just draws us a card. It doesn't pump. Oh wait, it does pump it. Hold on. But it's only a 4/2. I need it to be 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, I'm short on mana. Let's just go Volcanic Dragon, draw a card. Draw another card. So our opponent is going to be able to gain quite a bit of life back. Historian's Wisdom. It's now an 8/7. Yeah, Domri's Ambush is going to have it hard. I guess the Wolf Willow Haven, sure. So it's a bit of a race. We'll take the hit for now. But I guess the plan now is... okay, Kogla Yidaro. It fights target creature you don't control. Ooh, so it'll die in the process. But giving it trample and haste doesn't help. I can also try to destroy her, but I think it's better to just go for the fight. Okay, one's actually gonna go for the card draw. I'm actually curious if the deck has any board wipes here. But let's also see if we can go for Great Henge, etc. So driving through Great Henge. We can go Barging Sergeant. That would net that we're actually getting quite a lot of card draw for the deck. So opponent's gonna make us do the song and dance again. 4/4. So this, yeah, probably go for the 6/6. Oh no, they went for the 6/5. Okay, so that actually makes it easier for us to snipe it. Maybe there's an argument for putting it on Samut. Yeah, I probably want to cast Great Henge next turn. Yeah, there is actually quite a bit of well, it's not reanimations. Yeah, opponent. Oh, but there is a lot of recycling, so it's really all about getting Danita back again and again. That said, we do have flyers to go over the top. Opponent's going for a Danita another time. I most likely might just play Solemn. No, I might play Great Henge into Solemn. We definitely could use more removal. Well, our opponent could have also equipped it too. But I guess they had other things to do with their mana, so they did not. So there's Rover of the Mighty. We don't exactly have dinosaurs here. So let's do a check. 1, 2. Now this checks power. So hold on. So we do a sanity check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So x equals 6 is looking quite good. I think it's a +1/+1 counter. Oh, we can make it x equals 7. So okay, we now have a Savage Swipe, so we do... Oh, we could have held this one back. What? Oh, why didn't I not attack? Okay, that was a misclick. We'll just do it next turn. Yeah, we could have domed our opponent for 13. So this is a fight effect, so opponent going for Danita. You may cast an aura or equipment from graveyard. Plenty of options, actually. Like, they can go Bonds of Fate. Yeah, we whiffed on that Shivan Devastator. No, they're going for Hex Gold Hover Wings again, just to have a creature. They could move it over to give it flying. We would still be able to block with Shivan Devastator. I'm hoping our opponent... Okay, opponent taps out. I'm fine with that. Opponent can't swing. We're going to Savage Swipe. Yeah, we gave our opponent a bit of life. That was a miss. Okay, also got a Bushwhacker. Nice, we'll draw some more. Okay, opponent concedes. I was gonna try to make sure I don't misclick, but yeah, we would have cleared the board already by then. We misclicked on that first one, but we still managed to get there. So already I'm scared of the last deck that we have to play, the green white deck. I'm pretty sure it's scary in the sense that you're so reliant on landing that one creature, so that if you're not able to protect it, it's kind of game over. They even call it lightly armored, but practically it feels like it's heavily armored at this point. Anyway, so definitely a bunch of 4 Mirrodin cards. So like a huge chair. So that allows you to cast aura of equipment from your graveyard. So you kind of want to leave the equipment on there. As far as removal, okay, Bonds of Fate is kind of removal. Ossification, Planar Disruption. Yeah, so this does benefit. Okay, so there's a few of that. Rune of Might, Rune of Sustenance. Kenrith's Transformation, also very good removal. Nice to see Catty Breed, though this one is equipment only. This is practically a Danita deck through and through. Most of the creatures are just about you casting the non-creatures, so we're relying on Living Weapon to net us additional creatures for Mirrodin. Also nets us additional creatures that way. Only one board wipe. Celestial Mantle feels like a big win more. Epic Proportions. Friend Your Saddle is actually quite good. So what is interesting here is that our opponent did not exactly land the removal auras, or they weren't playing into them. You kind of need those to balance the board situation, and our opponent had many ways to blow us out in the process. Though I will note that none of them have flash, so that is a concern. This one is also extremely concerning because we're forced to play Danita and put stuff on it. I would rather take the mulligan here. Okay, we'll definitely go with this one. So we do have Captured by Lagax. That's also another opponent. So opponent indicating that they have something with flash. I might just drop a Rune of Might so that yeah, I might just drop a Rune of Might. Let's draw a card. Does our opponent have? There is a bounce. I think there are a few bounce effects if I'm not mis. Oh no, there's Seal of Existence. That would be annoying. At least we get our card back. And we get some cards in the yard if ever. So not the ideal situation, but let's see, no, Qatar Commando. Okay, it's just a trump. We do get to deal 2 extra damage because of the trample though, so that's fine. And Rune of Might we get to recast. I want to hit 5 mana first, so probably Simulacrum next turn. Yeah, so okay, let's see if our opponent has counter spells. We're gonna have to get used to this because there's gonna be a lot of there are a lot of flash cards that are available. Oh yeah, we're definitely getting Forest. Let's see, opponent could also just flash this in. Okay. So we could Captured by Lagax, get this support 2. Danita also, we can dump it on here, draws us an extra card. Okay, looks like that's what we're gonna do. We also have to pay attention to these ritual cards because it's a cheap way to get our cards back. Yeah, I'm gonna equip it here first. Mirari's Wake is fine, but I think I'm most likely gonna dump these 2. Looks like it's our opponent's turn to get stuck on mana. If I play Mirari's Wake, I will have 4 mana up. When is this trading? We know that their board wipe is Fumigate, so we have to be careful next turn. So probably not going to be playing Category. Let's play the Mirari's Wake. So we actually have multiple options here. So I'm actually going to cast this on Danita instead. That way we're not putting all our eggs in the Solemn Simulacrum basket. So for example, if our opponent has a Seal of Existence, they take 1 out. If they take the Solemn Simulacrum out, I get to replay the Rune of Existence onto Danita. If they do it on... Oh, they have to do it on Simulacrum. Danita has Vigilance. Or not, just take 10. Let's see if they have the Fumigate. No, opponent concedes. I have no idea what happened. I know our opponent stalled on mana, but there should have been a lot of other flyers and or responses there. So I guess that deck can stall out too. There we go. That's a hey, nice then. Nice way to remember the event. So if I have to do a quick analysis, we probably could have had a better draw on this one, at least one with more interaction. As it is, if you're only just playing zombies, you are in trouble. This is Flashy Flyers is the deck to expect a lot, so not a not a fan of these two unless you can hit the removal early, and even then, you're aggressively mulliganing to a board wipe, or else you are in real trouble. You'll probably have a better chance with these two, with the Lightning Armored and Smashing Stampede decks. That's pretty much my analysis. But if in doubt, it's nothing wrong playing the Flashy Flyers yourself. Sure, our opponent lost on that one, but I would not be. But that was a pretty good deck altogether. That's gonna be it for this episode, Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on notifications and whatnot. Wish you guys the best of luck in the Brawl Showcase, and hope to see you guys again next time. Take care. God bless. Stay safe wherever you are. Have a great week, everyone. Take care.